the Shinjuku station and now heading to the Marunouchi line. From Marunouchi line, I will board the train that goes to the Takao mountain. So yeah, I'll be going there. Currently, I'm trying to get on the Keio train, and this is the station, and I have to follow the signs. I think the Keio line is there. Let's try to check. I have found the gates for the Keio train, which is going to take me to the Mount Takao station. So I'll be heading there. So I have got off at the Takao-san Guchi station, and from here I'll be going to the Takao mountain. So first I'll have to exit this station. This station is actually placed beside this mountain terrain, and there were some mountain tunnels in the path. All in all, it's a really nice place. The station I can get off with using my IC card. It deducted around 430 yen, so it's relatively cheaper. I mean, the other day I had to spend around 500 yen to get in the park, so this is pretty reasonable. And right now I'll be heading to the entry point of the Trail 6. So Mount Takao has several trails that I can follow to get up on the summit, and Trail 6 is the path that has, I think, exposure to the most nature. So my target will be to find the entry of that trail, and I'll be starting my journey from that trail. Yeah. Before I start my journey, I think this flow of water is really nice here. The water is really clean. There are people taking a walk in this water. So I think it should be fun though, but I'm not gonna be doing that. Rather, I'll start my journey for the summit of this mountain. So I think I'll have to follow this path. This is the common path for all the trails, and I think I'll have to walk around 600 meters, and from there I can change my direction to go to the Trail 6, which should be rough, and should be rougher compared to the common trail or the traditional trail, which is preferred by most normal tourists, I guess. Yeah, but I think Trail 6 will be pretty crowded since it is scenically beautiful, or nature wise it is the most beautiful, I guess. Yeah. This is the place that we can actually go through a cable car. So I think the cable car actually goes quite a far up in the mountain. I think it's around 600 meters or maybe a kilometer. or maybe a less speed. But yeah, this can actually boost the height quite a bit. Then people can actually take a walk to go to the summit. That is the cable car right there, and I think you have to cut a ticket to get on that, but we're not going to be doing that because this cable car does not take us to the trail 6. Rather, I think this takes you to the usual trail, which is I think the trail 1 and trail 2, but we're going to be taking the trail number 6, so have to skip this one. And it's raining, I would say, raining really small. You can feel a few droplets of water after every 5 or 10 seconds, so it might rain, I guess. The weather here is really pleasant. The temperature is fine enough to not feel sweaty, and there is absolutely no intolerable sunlight. And I was thinking about people that lives here. I don't know if it's a guest house or not, but this maybe is a sacred place or something. Oh, so look at this cable car going up. As I'm gaining altitude, I can hear my ears being popped. So I have really sensitive ears, which can feel the pressure of the changing atmospheric altitude. So if I'm getting up on a mountain or boarding a plane that is going up, I can feel them. It's not a very pleasant experience, but I think I have some cold problems. That's why I have weak sinuses, so that may be the issue. But whatever, this trail is really nice so far. I think people with cars can come up till here, since there are some parked cars. Maybe a bit up ahead, I guess, because the road is really nicely pitched. Yeah, let's continue our trail up ahead and see how it goes. Yeah, I think I reached the entry point of trail number 6. There is something written in the Japanese. I'll try to translate and see what it says just to be 100% sure. Oh no, this is the trail which leads us to the waterfall, so I'll continue that. And this one is a one-way trail, so I can only get up, and to get down I think I'll follow some other trail. That way I can experience 2 different things at once. This is actually a thick forest like trail. I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, I think if it rains here, this path will be really slippery because it's a muddy path. But today I wore some grippy shoes, so that should not be much of a problem if it rains. Something is written here though, not sure what. Oh, it says that it's a one-way trail. Okay. to get down. I haven't actually decided which trail I'd be following, but we'll decide once I get up there. Some rocky terrain up here. But I can see people coming down from this trail. Over there. Look at this waterfall. What a pleasant view, I would say. In my life, I have only seen these kind of terrains in video games and stuff, and even in movies. But in real life, this is the first time I'm seeing something like this. So it's really nice for me personally. And I think it's been around 10 or 15 minutes since I'm continuing this walk. So kind of tired, I guess. And it takes around 1 hour and 20 minutes from my station to come here, and all this time I was actually standing, couldn't sit for long. So yeah, the path has started to get a bit slippery. We have a small bridge up here. Today for breakfast I have eaten a chocolate bread that I bought yesterday from 7-Eleven. I think I'll have to follow up here. I'll take the trail up there, but first let me visit the Biwa Falls. So Biwa is a Japanese guitar-like instrument, musical instrument. So it's kind of a sacred thing. That's what they named it after this waterfall. I don't think if I'm allowed to capture videos. Won't be going there since it's their sacred place. That's a shrine. Shrine built around the waterfall. Yeah, so this path ends around here. I don't think I can go from there because the gate is actually shut, closed. So I'll continue up, and on the left side, the trail that goes up there, it mentions that the trail is actually one way up from here. So I think I won't be seeing people coming down this trail. Yeah, this is the path that I was following a bit ago, and now I'll be taking this one which goes up from here. It's a bit slippery and a bit narrow, gotta be careful. So this is the waterfall. Let me zoom in a bit. What is this place? I think some small rocks or debris falls from this uphill, so they have put up a barrier so tourists don't get injured by falling rocks or pebbles. Oh my god, look at this trail. Look at the path. I think I'll have to somehow climb this up, but it's really easy. Hope I don't slip. Yep. Ah, this is the waterfall. And it falls from there. Look at the water flowing. Let's continue. So far, I'm really liking this trail. It gives me of a vibe that I'm traversing through thick forest. At the same time, I'm actually not completely alone. And it's safe. And this is the waterfall water that is flowing up from the mountain. Look at these overgrown trees and the branches and the roots. I think I'll have to be a bit more careful from this path, since if I slip from here, it won't be good. Okay. It's kind of safe, not gonna lie, because it's shaped as stairs. I'll follow this smooth path from here, and then I'll climb up on the rooty stairs of those trees. One thing about this trail is, once you start going up from this trail number 6, you don't have any shops to buy food or water. You don't have any restrooms to take a quick toilet break. You just have to continue upwards. But I'm fine. I have bought some lunch from 7-Eleven before even coming here. So this is the flowing water. Yeah, and I bought around a liter of water from my home, so no problem for me. As it is audible from my voice, I'm actually a bit tired because I'm going uphill, and currently there's not much people in this vicinity. And look at this nature. Truly a wonder. And this place is not very far from Tokyo. I think technically this is in Tokyo itself. So a really nice place for people to engage in some physical activity, as well as seeing this marvel of nature. Look at that. Right, let's continue. There are some benches placed here. I just took a quick 3-minute break, and now I'll continue up this trail. And from the sign, what it says, I think there will be insects up this trail. So, okay, it's telling me to keep on the mountain trail. I'll be doing that, and I won't be going off trail to some other place. I think it might be dangerous. That's why they are mentioning to keep on the original trail itself. And once again, I have started my journey to the top. Some lady behind me has some bell sort of thing, I think attached to her bag, which is making this ringing noise. I think I'll give her some space so he can pass. They're a fast hiker. In Japanese, one would say hayai desu, which means they're fast, they're quick. They have given a caution for the falling trees. Okay, I'll mind my head and not to bump around falling trees. It's 11:20 at this moment. I actually do not remember how long I have been walking up this trail, but if I had to guess, it would be around close to a half an hour, I guess. But I might be overestimating since I'm going uphill, and people usually tends to overestimate the effort that they do, which is against the normal flow. So I think if I would have been walking on a flat trail, I think I would have been more more precise with the estimation. But since it's uphill, I think because it seems that I'm spending more effort, so I might be overestimating the amount of time that I've been climbing. And look at this watery path. true natural trail of waterfall. So trail 6 is also known as the Biwa waterfall trail. It says to look up. I think there are some flowers. Might not be the specific season for that flower because I cannot see anything, but I'll keep an eye for that. I think I'll get off a bit, I guess, to go to the water. Might drench my shoes, but whatever, let's try. Yep, I'm down there, down to the stream. Look at this beauty. I'll be careful not to drench my shoes, but this is a beauty. Really nice. I have clicked a bunch of photos around here. I don't know how they came out because I cannot actually look, but yeah, this place is really nice to move around from here. I have been in the same place for around 15 or 10 minutes, but I think I'll continue my journey up from here. So I'll climb up. Okay, I'm up and then I'll continue. And right now I'm sweating like crazy. It feels like I took a shower with my clothes on and water keeps falling from my head, from my hair to my eyelids. I think I should have bought some more paper napkins. I bought quite a few, but I don't think they're enough. But whatever. This is a really narrow place. Okay. That is the water. Okay, I found a really nice place up the trail. So I was actually standing there for quite a few times, and I think there are some, whoops, kind of slipped. Anyway, I think there's a sitting station here, some benches for people to rest after they have climbed up for so long. And I think I can go to the water trail from here. And they are saying that some creatures are there in the water. Let me go there. Nature can be really beautiful. I think someone has actually stacked some pebbles. Whatever. Okay, I think I'll continue up. Mm, that dog is barking. Might be angry for some reason. Better not go close to him. Yeah, I'm really scared of dogs. Even the innocent ones. That one looked innocent, but I can bet that his bite won't be innocent as his face looks. So, better to stay away from such things. I think a fall from there is deadly, but it is hard to fall down from here because the path is not slippery and it is well maintained. But a fall is a fall and it will be deadly. For some time, or for quite a few time, I haven't actually checked the Google map, so I'm not sure where I am and how far up is the summit of the Mount Takao. I think it should have a really nice, beautiful scene up from there, and I think if we are lucky, then we can actually see the Mount Fuji if the weather is clear and not cloudy. So I am at the Oyama Bridge. I think I have come halfway from the summit. So I think I'll continue my journey up the trail. This is a really nice path. There is water flowing beside of this trail all the time. Gotta be careful not to slip. We could have gone there, but for now I think I'll skip. Let's focus climbing up. And my bag is kind of heavy. This path is kind of slippery. I think, as you can see, it's muddy and watery. So I have to be careful. I think water is constantly flowing from this path, so it's coming from uphill, and I think I gotta be extra careful. Wow. There will be insects and stuff. Look at this view. My God. This is Oyama Bridge. This is a mount, watery, rocky path. I think I have to be careful not to slip from here. This is what they call the stepping trails. That is kind of scary. They're saying that creatures can gather around water, and I can see pictures of wild bears. Oh, sorry, wild boars. So better not go close to water, I guess. And I'm tired. I'm not a professional hiker as well. The closest thing that I have done till now is walk for a long time on a flat surface, but that does not come close to this one since we're climbing uphill. So that strains the body. You get tired quite a bit faster, but in my case it's manageable, though it would have helped me quite a bit if I wouldn't have been overweight. But every once in a while, if I could get the chance of visiting such a place, I think that would have been really nice for my health, for my physique. But let's enjoy this one time that I can actually get myself into such a nice hiking spot. Look at this overgrown, thick forest and nature. Every sort of plants are here. If I look closely, I might be able to see some insects, but haven't seen such. I've seen smaller insects between the trees and small herbs, mostly spiders, I think. Smaller tree spiders. So that's that. Okay. This is a risky trail. I gotta be careful not to slip. Well, it looked kind of risky, but it ain't. So good for me. Let's continue with the time lapse. I think I'm closer to the summit. I am really tired. Quite a few time ago, I was actually taking a break, and I think unless you do a couple of hikes in such terrain, it is hard for your body to cope up the very first time. Like, it will struggle like I'm doing right now, and the path is kind of dangerous. So the walkway is not dangerous itself, but if you fall, you slip and fall, then the consequences will not be minimal. That's what we can say. I think I'll stop by this water stream. As I'm tired, I'll rest for a few moments, and I think this water is pleasing to look at. So nice place to rest, I would say. Okay, the path from here is actually same with the water downstream, so I have to walk on top of this waterfall stream to reach to the top of the summit. I will be very careful not to drench my shoes, because as I'm wearing cloth shoes, if I wet my shoe, I think I'll also drench my socks. I do have a pair of extra socks just for this reason, but since I have to continue the journey of around 1.5 hours before I could reach my home, I think wearing wet shoes won't be good for my health, so better to be careful. What a pleasant walkway. Water is flowing, it's crystal clean, at least from what it looks like, and I have to walk over it. There are small pebbles that cushions my shoes from the water, so that's nice. I think this path is called the stepping stones, so the name is kind of self-explanatory. I don't have to say much. Yeah. So in Japanese, people would say kirei, which means beautiful. I think I'll have to climb up, so I'll stop videotaping, or maybe not. I can actually continue with this camera. What an experience! Between mountain and sea, mountain is definitely my favorite. I also like sea beach and stuff, but mountain is another level of amusement and wonders. Look how down I was. As the path is, the slope of the path is not so high, so on a plain side you do not understand how much altitude you're gaining, but your body understands for sure. And from the sound of my heavy breathing, that should be evident, right? Right, and from all the videotaping, I have drained the battery of my phone, so currently it's hooked up to a power bank. Whoa, some sunlight. It is very easy to forget that the current temperature at Tokyo City is like 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. The sunlight is harsh as always, but this place has the shades of nature, has some pleasant temperature, so quite easy to forget. I think I'll rest a bit more after climbing this. Okay, I'll rest a bit, then climb up the stairs. I think I'll have to climb up these stairs. Let's do that. I'll switch to time lapse after a few steps. I don't think the summit up top is not that far from here. Again, I was resting for quite a few moments. Okay, let's switch to time lapse. These stairs are like hell, the gateway to hell, I would say. I am tired, my legs are sore. Good thing it ends here. Oh my, quite a long stair trail. Oh, I think I'll rest. This is too much. I think I'll sit on this log and eat my onigiri that I bought from 7-Eleven. Hope there are no insects. Okay, everyone is tired here walking those stairs. So am I. Once again, after having my onigiri lunch and some rest for around 15 minutes, I'm back on the trail, and I think the end of trail 6 has happened a few meters back. This is the trail 5. This will lead us to the top of the peak of the mountain. Inclinations like this or slopes like this are relatively easy to climb compared to the stairs that I took a few moments ago. They really strained my leg, drained most of the energy out of my body. But anyway, let's continue our journey to the summit of the mountain. I think the view will be really nice. One good thing is, when I'm finished, I'll have to get off from here and it will be much less tiring, right? Because I'll be working with the gravity. Currently I'm working against the gravity. So yeah, I just had a salmon onigiri. It was good. Plain old simple breakfast from a Japanese convenience store. Quick breakfast for some quick energy and nutrients. I have already finished up all of my water stocks, so from the top I'll have to fill up my water bottles, and as you can see, it's getting crowded from here because the first trail, which is the tourist trail, matches or combines. I think I'll wash my face from this fountain. Okay, the water taps are fine to drink water from there, so I filled up my bottle. Might be useful later on. And I think I have reached at the top of the summit. Let's see. I don't know if it's visible from here, but I think the whole city is visible, right? This place is sunny. Reminds me of the Tokyo weather. I'm feeling like to pull up my umbrella, but I'll skip that for now. This place is crowded, as it should be, because you can see people from all of the trails here. This is the summit. Some of the people are wearing a hat. I think I should have bought something. I saw a hat shop on the way up here, but they seemed expensive compared to what they are, so I skipped buying that. Whatever. Look at this majestic view. That is one fat cat. Came out of the nature. Went into the nature as well. From Mount Fuji is supposed to be somewhere here, but I think as it is really cloudy, it is not visible, unfortunately. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, so this is the summit, the view from the Mount Takao. This was a really nice hike, and I would say that the journey to the summit was surprisingly more beautiful than the top view, especially the Trail 6, as there was exposure to a lot of nature, a lot of natural stuffs, and I think I'll buy some drinks from here. Some do they have Pocari Sweat? So they are really good as a ion replenishing drink. I think I'll manage to find something equivalent. I'll buy that, and then I'll actually continue to descend from this mountain. It's 2 in the afternoon, so I think it will take me around 40 to 50 minutes if I take the easy trail from here, and then I'll take the subway to my home. So yeah, this is Mount Takao. These kids here are trying to catch bugs. I think it's one of the popular hobbies among Japanese kids. Some more kids are up there. So it is mentioned that we are 600 meters up top. So I think 600 from the sea level. That is what was mentioned in the mural. And to proceed down, I think I'll take the trail number 1, which is the popular trail, because I think there will be a lot of tourist spots, so might not be wise to miss those. What a majestic view. Now I have started to descend to the station that will take me to my house. I have to change 3 trains before I can reach my destination, so it's wise to start soon, I guess, right? It's quite steep. Good thing is I don't have to put any effort to walk. And if I turn around, yeah, it's steep. That is the place that I filled my water bottle from. Now I think I'll head to the trail number 1. I think that is the path, and that is the trail that I came from. So it is one way, and I don't think I can get down from here. And I'm getting down from the mountaintop. In Google Maps it says that I have to walk for around an hour and 20 minutes. So that's that. I think it will be evening time when I reach home. Look at this steep fall from here. I don't know what they're trying to say, but I think there are chances of seeing wild animals. Not the dangerous ones. Okay, found this beautiful shrine along the way. There are not much people there, but it is quite beautiful. Look at this view of Tokyo City from halfway of Mount Takao. I came to this place from somewhere around there. Maybe it's not even visible from here, but crazy to imagine how good the public transport system of the city is. The train was literally from my doorstep, if I would have to say it like that. and with that I was able to come this far. Yeah, I think I'll have to walk for around 40 minutes still, and I am walking for around 4.5 hours, I think, at a stretch. I took some breaks here and there, had my small lunch. So far it's been really a nice hike, I would say. I think the cable car goes from here. I don't think I'll be taking that. I think it's better to actually walk my way down. Both economical and would allow me to see more stuff along the way. Yeah, that's the plan. And with this, my hike of Mount Takao ends. The Takao Sanbuchi station is a few hundred meters up in front of me. So here it is. It was a nice experience, nice journey. The overall journey was really great. So yeah, that's the end. Thank you. Here's my train to Shinjuku. We'll be boarding on that.